Good. Okay, easy way to say this. America is number one, baby. It is what it is. If you are not proud of living in America, what country would you be proud? Mongolia? No chance. I mean, sorry for... Okay. What's up, my friend? Today I'll be reacting to 10 crazy things a Scottish person notices about America. Okay, this will be an interesting one. But before I go into that, can I ask you for one thing? If you can leave a like, thank you so much. It's the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description, and let's play it. By the way, I love this channel. Give him some love.
Picture this, right? I am sitting having a normal day and I get a direct message from the embassy to the UK of the United States of America.
Right.
I'm thinking to myself, what have I done wrong? Who have I offended? Am I going to be extradited or something? Right? United States of America, embassy to the UK sends me a message.
That's
We
not
would like
good.
to meet you and talk about a potential trip to the United States of America. My first ever trip to America. Wow, it was exciting. I went for that meeting and I was accepted for a cultural exchange experience with the United
Wow.
States Embassy to the United Kingdom for my first ever trip to America. And since a lot of you guys asked about this, here it is. My top 10 first crazy impressions of the United States of America.
This will be
when I went there
amazing.
for the first time. Hello everybody, how are you doing? And welcome
Right.
to today's episode. I hope you're well. My name is Sean and I'm a vlogger from Edinburgh, right here in Scotland. And in today's episode, we're talking all about a kind of cultural exchange between America and Scotland. We've got a wee bit of an announcement.
I love
at
the
end of
accent.
today's video, right? But one of the things I just love about YouTube, one of the amazing things is this awesome community that I've been able to help build with you guys. Like, it's just phenomenal. Built up some like really awesome friendships from people around the world. America has played a big part in the last couple of years of my development as a vlogger. I've been lucky enough to go there 2 or 3 times now, and I
That's
absolutely
amazing.
love it. And a lot of people, especially people who are new to this channel, have asked me, I want to know your thoughts about America as a first timer when you came as a Scottish person. What did you think about America when you came here? So I thought I would answer that question in today's vlog definitively. What did I, as a Scottish person...
You know, this can be really good for me because if I go to America next year, for example, I will go much more prepared. So let's pay attention to this.
think about America, what were my first impressions? So I put together a wee list of 10 things I think is important to talk about. Now, America, I need to talk about this because a lot of people say this whenever I talk about America in my vlogs. I of course know when I'm saying America, I actually mean the United States of America. America could be construed as ambiguous. A lot of people have pointed that out. That is what I'm going to...
Let's be real. Who runs America? America, United States. No, I'm sorry. My Canadian friends putting the dislike right now. Oh well.
Be using, for the purposes of today's episode, the country that I fell in love with when I first visited just over a year ago now. Anyway guys, listen, thank you so much for joining in with today's video. If you're new, please don't forget to hit that red subscribe button in the corner so you can join the clan, join the family. Around about 80% of people watching these videos are not subscribers.
Yeah,
and
similar
if you're
to
one
me
of those
actually.
people, why don't you join the 20% club? Click the button, it's free. I think the thing is, growing up in the UK or pretty much anywhere in the world, American culture permeates wherever you are, and I certainly grew up on American culture, whether that was on TV with like The Simpsons or Friends or whatever. We just looked on in America as a cool place, almost like our favorite uncle.
You can't spell USA without us.
The 10 first impressions I had as a Scottish person when I first went to the United States of America. Number 1, y'all are just super helpful and friendly people, I find. A lot of people say about Americans that, you know, might be kind of rude or whatever, but I don't find it that way at all. I was amazed by just how friendly people are.
I mean, this is something that I would be shocked if it's other way, you know, because, but to be honest, I know the YouTube is always a bit of a bubble. But on this bubble, on my community, people are amazing. Amazing. All of you guys, I love all of you, to be honest. And I have only positive things to say. Again, people from America, from my experience, tremendous.
I want to tell you a story, right? I was in New York, of all places, because New York in particular, people always say New Yorkers are so unfriendly, right? But
Really?
my experience does not match that, right? One of my first times in New York, we arrived there and we just got off the air train, which takes you from the airport, JFK, to Jamaica Station or something like that, right? And did you not, we were sat at Jamaica Station looking at a map, trying to figure things out because it's a complicated metro system there. We were looking up at this map, maybe for a minute or two. This man came over to me and my wife He said, listen, I can see you're lost. I'm going to help you get
Oh, I thought the guy was about to say, give me money. Okay, but this is... Okay, no, this makes sense. Okay.
guys. This guy had a suit on. He was obviously on a busy working day. And I kid you not,
Oh,
he
that's so
spent
nice.
15 or 20 minutes figuring out where we were staying and what we needed to do on the metro to get to where we were staying. He basically held us by the hand to make sure that we got the right metro line. I was shocked.
Good on that guy.
Won't happen in the UK anywhere here. So I found people in New York. That was a great first experience. I just found people in New York really friendly, but I found people all around the United States really helpful and
I believe
friendly
it.
as well. Two, another thing I thought was a little bit crazy is y'all are quite, how can I say this? Enthusiastic is not the right word. Y'all have got really, really heavy state pride. My first trip to America,
You know, okay, I was thinking about this the other day. Why a lot of you guys are so enthusiastic? So this goes into friendly actually, and he puts right there state pride. But you know what? If okay, how can I say this? Good. Okay, easy way to say this. America is number one, baby. It is what it is. If you are not proud of living in America, what country would you be proud? Mongolia? No chance. I mean, sorry for... Okay, I should have not said that. But let's be real. Not Mongolia. America is number one, baby. Of course you should be proud. And the state pride... okay, the state pride, I don't have great explanation, actually. But, I mean, the states are part of America, so you know what I mean? 1 + 1, 3.
I went to DC, I went to Florida, I went to Texas. Texas represent. And the level of pride I saw in each state and how people were kind of almost, and I've said this before in the vlog, almost like kind of state first, country second, but state was like a very much part of their identity.
Oh, wow.
For me, like, I found that a bit...
Oh, I also... Okay. Now I get this point. Because I've been saying I love Texas for a long time. And I have a lot of people from Texas watching me. And again, tremendous people. But they really love Texas. Sometimes I feel like they also love Texas more than they actually love the country itself. You know what I mean? But I think that's normal. You know, they grew up there. I find this normal. But it's true what he's saying. Would you guys agree with that, by the way?
odd. I don't know why I thought that would be odd, because when I think of America, I just think of this one homogenous country, when actually it's a huge place with a lot of very different states, right? And
so I know I'm pausing too much, but this is so true. When I started reacting, I also had this idea more or less. But then I started realizing that, people in California are quite different than people in Alabama. People in Texas are quite different than people in Florida. And I actually thought that was amazing, because is even more diverse than I was expecting, and makes a lot of sense. So I like this.
Think about it. We have got a number of countries which make up these islands of Great Britain, right? And I would definitely say Scotland for me. I am Scottish, right?
Of course.
So it shouldn't really surprise me, but I guess it did. Speaking of state pride, you guys obviously know I've got this Texas shirt on that I got when I was there. But a lot of people who watch this vlog send me other pieces of merch. For example, this t-shirt from Detroit, which I've never been to before, but I will go there one day. Thank you very much for sending this. Also received this cap from a viewer. This is the Appalachian Adventure Company. Appalachian, is that how you say it? I think I'm saying it wrong, so I do apologize to any of you guys from North Carolina, which is part of my announcement I'm about to make on this vlog. At the end of this episode, I've got an announcement, right? Thank you very much for this. If any of you guys want to send any of your local state merch, I'll put an address down below. Number 3, y'all love your food. I was blown away by the variety.
How can you not? That's the question. I mean, this should not even be on the list. How can you not? You know, the American food, probably the best in the world, probably.
Of food you guys have, yes, of course, right? But also just the amount of food that we can expect when you go to some places, like home cooked food. It's so good, so filling, right? But they give you so much. When I went to a barbecue in some real kind of backwater country place in Florida, well off the beaten tracks, wow, like the amount of food that they put on your plates was incredible. The passion that went into that food was something that I had not seen anywhere. That was in Florida. I also went to a really awesome barbecue place in Texas. It was incredible. And basically everywhere I've been in America, I have tried the different foods. Like, I just found it incredible, and I was not expecting that.
You know the first thing I do when I arrive in Texas? I go direct to barbecue. The guy at the hotel, hey, you have to put your bags. No chance. Sorry, I have to go. No, I cannot wait. No. Yeah, this will be the first thing. It is what it is. It is what it is. I have to go.
here now. Number 4, right? Y'all are very extra. How can I say this, right? I'm not
Extra.
meaning this in an offensive way whatsoever, right? Because people say Scottish people, we are out there, we're a bit wacky and nuts. And of course we are. We are out there friendly and just a bit crazy sometimes. And that's definitely one of the attractions of our people and why people like us, right? But
Because you are crazy.
when I went to the United States of America, it was another level of being out there. What I like about America, I think, is people just come up to you and say their mind. They're not afraid of it. They don't pussyfoot around like we do in the UK. We're very much like kind of have a roundabout way of getting to the point of saying something to someone. Like in America, you'll just come over
Maybe
out there,
they are
loud
more
and
polite.
proud, and say what you're thinking. I like that.
Shut up and keep talking.
What are you telling to shut up?
I told you to shut up.
And like, how can I quantify this? Really, another program I watch quite a lot, Storage Wars. And if you really compare,
I actually also watched that. But that's a specific environment where they have to have some conflict because of the bidding stuff, right?
Storage Wars in the United States versus Storage Wars UK version, there is a massive difference, right? Storage Wars US people
Storage War UK, no chance. No, take that. No chance. I like that, the US one.
absolutely out there and extra, absolutely. And I just love it. I love that about your culture. I kind of find it infectious and I want to be more a part of that. I think British people, we can be too prude, we can be too cautious and conservative about what we say and how we feel. But I just love that you guys are just out there and like in front. Number 5. Y'all are very extraordinarily proud of your flag and national anthem.
100%.
Every country is proud of their
Look
national
at
anthem,
that.
the flag and stuff. We sing the rugby matches and the football matches and stuff like that. But I'd never experienced anything like it until I went to the United States of America. I went to a football match and like when the national anthem was playing, people were like crying and stuff. I also went to Arlington
Crying?
National Cemetery and people
Whoa.
were like, wow, the flag was everything. And I just think it's really cool, that pride. I'd never really seen anything like that before, but definitely something I noticed. Americans are very, very proud of country, of flag, of national anthem. It was kind of crazy for
I find that so beautiful. You guys have no idea. And I respect that so much. I really do.
me to see that at first, but like, I get it. Number 6, right? Of course, America is the home of fast food.
Okay, sorry. But did you guys saw what appeared there? Okay.
And you've exported it around the
sorry.
world, national anthem. It was kind of crazy for me to see that.
Oh, never mind. But so it appears something like that. 10 crazy things that the Scottish did in Texas or something. I may have to check that one.
At first, but like, I get it.
Okay, 10 crazy things a Scottish person noticed about Texas. You know what? Leave me the number 10 if I should react to that one also. Because I love Texas and that could be a lot of fun. But let's continue.
Number 6, right? Of course, America is the home of fast food, and you've exported it around the world. Wherever you walk around in Scotland, for example, you'll find a McDonald's within about a mile of each other. But listen, you guys have got so many better options than us. I mean, it's only within the last year or so
It's
that we've
crazy.
had Five Guys here. You guys have had that for donkey's years. You also have like Shake Shacks and that. And then honestly, I was in a
Five Guys, the closest one to me is in Spain. Yeah. No, think about that. Think about that.
America. In the good city
Same.
of Dallas, we went to an In-N-Out burger. Oh my god, that
In-N-Out?
thing was incredible. I'm thinking, like, you guys just have so many options of these fast food places. Like, why do we not have In-N-Out? It's the best burger I think I've ever had.
I feel like this is the cultural experience of the day. I like that.
To be honest, all burgers could have this name, In and Out. If you know what I mean. But no, that was so bad. Let's continue, sorry.
In and out, so we went in and came out again. It was very,
But jokes aside, I believe In and Out is one of the best ones. Is what the burger, In and Out, and Five Guys. I believe those are the top choices in America. Correct me if I'm wrong, but at least that's what I've been watching.
very good actually. Really enjoyed that.
Oh, I want to come back and get a In-N-Out burger now. 7,
believe it.
I need to talk about guns. I'm not going to get in a big debate of like guns or anything because I know that this rumbles on and on, right? But for a British person, and any British person this would apply to, we are just not used to seeing guns, right? We've never seen them in
Same,
our lives. And then when
to
you go to
Portuguese
America, you see these policemen walking around with massive guns. It's just something we're not used to. So it's definitely something that was
Police, I find that normal. But seeing a normal person with a gun, that would be a bit out there to me. But I believe this is not even that common, to be honest, in America. I think it's more a stereotype than... I know there is that saying that there is more guns than people or stuff like that, right? But I don't know. I don't care about that much. And if you guys like it, that's your country.
was kind of like a crazy experience for us in the beginning, and I certainly felt like that. But I had to immerse myself into this culture a little bit more because it was part of my first mission to America. I went with the United States Embassy to explore gun culture, and they wanted to take British people to America to kind of learn how you guys feel about guns and the different opinions and stuff. It was part of the mission, right? So we went to a gun show in Florida, in Orlando, like, and I was like blown away. This warehouse of you could have had a war quite comfortably. It would have supplied a massive army for days and weeks. Like, they had all different kinds of things.
Dude, this is so true. Imagine if even if you guys don't have a military and Canada tries to invade America. You guys like, André with the jokes, Canada trying to invade America. Okay, but I know that sounds crazy, but think about that possibility. Imagine Canada, you know what, we want McDonald's back. It makes no sense because McDonald's never... okay, sorry. But they want to invade America. I think taxes alone can defeat Canada. Yeah, I believe that. Oh, the people alone. Oh, but they have helicopters and they have F-16s. And if we don't have military, we are done. You guys have to see the stuff they have in Texas, trust me. It's crazy.
I was blown away. And just talking to people...
When I say it's crazy, I saw this in one video. They have pickups with machine guns. No, you can defeat Canada with that. I'm very confident.
People there at the gun show about what they do with the guns and like their passion for the guns. It was crazy for me as somebody who had never been brought up around guns, but you know, you have to just understand it. For you guys, it's been part of your culture since you were young, and as I say, like, it might be just a different feeling for us as Brits. This doesn't necessarily mean we're judging or anything like that. We're just like, we're not used to it. I went a little bit step further, right, into my curiosity on that trip. I went to a shooting range. There's a video on this channel of me at the shooting range and being absolutely terrified.
Okay, I have
felt
to shake
so
that
uncomfortable
again.
at the shooting range, so uncomfortable about being around guns, about people next to me having guns. I just didn't like it. I just felt really uncomfortable. But that's just me having never used a gun before. Not something I'm massively keen on repeating, to be honest with you, but it was an experience I had to have because it is part of the culture, right? Taking me on to my next point, number 8, right? Around this kind of theme is the security, the levels of security, because that trip in particular, my first trip to America, we went to a lot of public buildings, we met a lot of public officials and went to a lot of departments, police departments, and like the levels of security, by the way, I had never seen anything like it. Like airport security in like office buildings. It was quite bizarre. I can see why it's necessary. So that I did find a bit crazy. I think to add to that though, security in general. So you've got these public building security stuff, but actually at the airports, your security guys are on point. The people who work for the security agency
they have to
in America don't take bull from anyone, okay? They'll tell you what they want, like a drill sergeant in the army, and you better comply because they ain't messing around. That's what I learned. Number 9, something I found really kind of crazy when I first went to America is y'all have cities and states that are just so different from each other. I know this might sound quite...
I did not understand what he said. What? My friend, quick pause on this one. First of all, hope you are enjoying the video. If that's the case, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe. But let me share with you one thing. I have a Patreon community where I put content almost every day, a lot of early access videos. So if you want to get them, go to my Patreon, link on my description. And this is of course a good way to support the channel. That said, let's continue with this one and I hope you have fun.
Messing around, that's what I learned. Number 9, something I found really kind of crazy when I first went to America is y'all have cities and states that are just so different.
Season, I did, okay, I'm not understanding. Let's put the season, oh, he's talking about the weather, seasons, okay. Okay.
From each other. I know this might sound quite simplistic, but actually to me when I first went there, it was quite a shock because we don't really have that here. Of course, Scottish culture is different from English culture, big time if we're talking about the UK context, right? Definitely we have our own unique identity here in Scotland, but really, our cities between here and I've just come back from London. I was there a couple of days ago, but really our city.
Okay, maybe it's not actually about the weather. Maybe it's about a state can have different type of cultures. You know what I mean? And this one I'm not understanding that well. If you can explain me in the comments, I would appreciate that.
Like London to here, they have so many similarities. Like everything's just quite similar, right? But in America, like the differences between states, I found really...
Oh, between states. Oh, okay. Of course, this makes sense. I mean, like I was saying at the beginning, California is not like Alabama or Colorado. You know what I mean?
quite shocking in the beginning, and obviously the cities as well. And I think that's really cool, like especially
It's really
for somebody
cool.
who's visiting and seeing different states, you get to see all these different cultures. Like for each of the states you guys have, they all have their own story to tell, right? They only have
50
their own
countries, my
history
friend.
that's totally unique
In
from
my
each
mind.
other. You all have your own local governments and that. Each state has its own different kind of pop cultures, has its own culinary experiences. You have your own politics in each state, accents, and then also geography. But the thing is, and this is what I don't really appreciate, the United States of America is flipping massive. It is a big, big place, right? It's a continent if you compare it to what we have here in Europe. And that is what I need to understand, because actually the countries in Europe, we're also very, very different from each other.
In Europe, I'm not joking. I'm not making fun of him, but I really like that.
So many different cultures and countries mashed up into a small area, probably about the size of the United States of America. So it shouldn't really be that surprising, but it's just something as a first timer to America that I was like, okay, wow, this is different. Number 10, all right? This is something I found really surprising, shocking, and actually interesting, is that y'all are very, very connected to your heritage. And I don't really mean American heritage, I mean your heritage as in, if you look back in your genealogy, way back into your family lines, where actually do you come from? And that so many people in America seem to identify as being American, but something American. And for me, that's one of the awesome things about doing this channel and having this connection.
Oh, so it's normal to in America say that I'm American, but my heritage is Italian or my heritage is Irish. Okay, this makes sense. I mean, at the end of the day, America is a land of a lot of immigrants, right? So this makes a lot of sense.
Connection with you guys is the fact that I'm connecting to a lot of people who are Scottish Americans and also Irish Americans. But that's like such a strong thing for you guys. You guys feel really connected to this history, and I think a lot of it stems down to the fact that, you know, 300, 400, 500 years ago in Scotland, so many people emigrated to the United States of America to help build the colony, right? That's how it started. Also, Scottish people were being persecuted. The Highlanders, we all had to flee Scotland, made a new home for ourselves over the United States of America, and that's how the country was built. So you guys are quite proud of those people who came over, and I can totally get it. That is why
That's
you guys
another amazing
identify
thing
as
by
being,
Americans.
you know, Scottish American, Irish American, or whatever, because of this
Portuguese American.
emigration
Oh no,
of
that
these
sounds
people
weird.
who went to actually start your country. And a lot of people in America have like Scottish names. I just think it's awesome, right? Something I'm really fascinated to build more of this kind of culture and connection. Because actually, the thing I wanted to tell you guys, a wee bit of an announcement. I am going to the United States of America this year, 2019. Hopefully a couple of times. I'm trying to watch
2008. Oh, this video is so
right,
old.
make-
Okay, well, I had no idea this video was so old. Okay, I mean, but probably there is great content. Okay.
It happen really soon for an event that I want to talk to you about later on, right? But one thing I'm definitely going to is a cultural event in North Carolina later this year. Very, very excited about it. I think it's going to be awesome, but it's an event that celebrates this connection of people who have the Scottish American heritage. Obviously, a lot of the thing has stemmed down to this kind of love affair a lot of people around the world have had with Outlander, which has kind of really told the story of Scottish people who left here and went to set up.
Outlander is a movie or a series. I'm not sure, but it's about Scottish people in America. Should I watch that? That could be really interesting, actually.
A new home in America. So North Carolina, I'm going to a Scottish festival later this year. I'm so excited about it. I can't wait. And I just really want to learn about the people who really identify as having Scottish heritage. As a Scottish person, I'm fascinated by this. How our culture is celebrated so strongly in America and actually celebrated even more so than we celebrate it. Right? I find that
That's
fascinating.
crazy.
I want to learn from that. I want to take that learning back to Scotland with me as well. So that is my announcement. It's going to happen, and I will be telling you more about that later on. But so cool. But anyway, that was my video today. A lot of people have been asking
Great
for
video.
my opinions as a first timer in America when I went there as a Scottish guy. So here it is. And I thank you so much all for watching till the end.
Thank you.
It's been great speaking to you. I've got a lot of other kind of related
Check his
videos
channel on my
about
description.
my time in America. I'm going to put a couple of links up above, up here actually, and also kind of other cool and quirky Scottish related videos. For example, Scottish accents, my Edinburgh accent, comparing that to someone from the West Coast, Glasgow. There's a video all about that on my channel. Anyway, that is it for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been great to speak to you. Until
Great
the next
stuff, my
episode,
friend.
until the next adventure. I hope you have a good night, morning, evening, afternoon, or whatever time of day it is wherever you are in the world. Take care.
Oh, I really liked this one. Did you guys enjoy this video? I hope so, because I had a lot of fun. You know what? Those 10 things, I was more or less aware. I wouldn't say not all, but I think I'm kind of well prepared to go to America. I may have to buy a ticket. Of course, nowadays, I became a father recently. Things are quite more difficult logistic wise to do a trip like that. But I will do it, and I can't wait.